guys, Deion here at Proof 192, and today I'm going to be making a few cocktails for you. I'm glad you could join me. I'd also like to thank Ronald McDonald House for having me help out with this little excursion. Our first cocktail is going to be called the Bee's Knees. Now, our Bee's Knees is going to be comprised of honey, fresh squeezed lemon juice, and Plymouth gin. Now, I'm using the navel strength gin, but feel free to use regular Plymouth. Plymouth is one of the only gins made in Plymouth, England. It is trademarked, it's made by monks, it's delicious, has a hint of botanicals and a hint of lemon to it already, so it's really gonna complement this cocktail. The other thing about Plymouth gin is you won't find it anywhere else. So we're gonna start out with our least expensive ingredient, which is gonna be our honey syrup. Now you can feel free to use clover honey. I personally like an orange blossom honey, a cherry blossom honey, or a wildflower honey over the clover honey. And we're just gonna do 3/4 of an ounce. Next, we're gonna do our fresh squeezed lemon. And we're also gonna do 3/4 of an ounce there. And last but not least, we're gonna use our Plymouth gin. And we're gonna do 2 ounces of Plymouth gin. Now, let's say that, maybe gin is a little bit too strong, too juniper forward for you. You can always use 1.5 ounces, and it won't make that big of a difference in the flavor and the taste of it. I mean, the only thing is you'll get a little lesser of the botanicals. Other than that, you'll be getting some very delicious flavors that'll come together with the honey and the lemon. Let's say you don't even like gin cocktails. This is the cocktail that you should cut your teeth on gin with. Next, we're gonna get our chilled glass. Now here at Proof, we use chilled glasses for everything. We actually have a refrigerator that holds them. So we have our chilled glass here. We're gonna use 4 cubes of ice to shake. We have 1x1 Hibiki cubes. So we only need about 4 of them to shake the cocktail. And then we're gonna shake for about 12 to 14 seconds. Once we're done shaking, we're gonna get all of the liquid out of our bottom tin, put it into our top tin. Now the reason I call this the bottom tin is because it goes into the bottom of the top tin. Top tin. That's funny. I like it. And then we're gonna double strain our cocktail to make sure that we get any pith or ice that has been shaved out of the cocktail so that we're not adding any bitterness or any more water than we already have. And we're gonna add our manicured lemon zest. So to manicure something is basically just to clean it up. Like when you get manicures on your hands, basically all you're doing is making sure that your hands look nice. And so what we do here is we make our cocktails look nice. So we manicure them. I mean, they're not sitting in a chair waiting for a couple hours, but they are getting manicures. And there we have it, our Bee's Knees. It's delicious. Hi guys, Deion here at Proof 192 again, and I just wanted to discuss one of the quintessential cocktails of the bar industry, the Old Fashioned. It is a very simple cocktail to make. You can almost make it out of anything. It is not limited to just being whiskey. It can also be rum, it can be tequila. It's all just depending on how you like your Old Fashioned. I'm gonna make our Old Fashioned for you, and I hope that you enjoy. So we're gonna start out with 2 dashes of our Angostura bitters. And then we're gonna do 1 dash of our Regan's number 6 orange bitters. And then we're gonna use Demerara syrup. Now with Demerara syrup, you can use actual Demerara sugar or you can use sugar in the raw. Either way, you would do 1 part Demerara or sugar in the raw, 1 part regular granulated sugar, and 1 part water, hot water. You wanna make sure the water is always hot, otherwise it will take a very long time to turn it into an actual syrup. So we're just gonna add 3/4 of an ounce here. As you can see, it's very syrupy. And last but not least, I don't know about you guys, but I love Old Forester 100. Old Forester 100 proof is gonna add the bite that you need in an old fashioned, because traditionally old fashions are a little bit sweeter than just getting a whiskey on the rocks. So I like to use a higher proof spirit so that it still reminds you of drinking whiskey, but it's not as aggressive. If you like, I mean, personally myself, sorry, I don't mean to overstep, but 2 ounces. 2 ounces of Old Forester. Personally myself, if you have the means and you love Booker's whiskey is perfect for old fashions. I know every whiskey lover in the world is gonna hate me for saying that, but I used a 136 proof Booker's to make a guy an old fashioned the other day. And so I had to have one after work myself. I tasted it and it was like heaven in a glass for you whiskey lovers out there. So next, we're gonna add our ice so we can stir our old fashioned. Now, there's 2 ways you can make it. You can do it smoked or not smoked. For this video, I'm gonna do it both ways. So I'm gonna go ahead and flame up some of our cedar wood and smoke a glass. And then I've got a nice chilled glass here for pouring this one. So while we've got that smoking, we're gonna go ahead and stir our cocktails. Now I like to do 36 revolutions myself. Now, if we were doing this unsmoked, we would simply pour it into our glass. I don't like adding more than 4 cubes of ice to anything, so we'd add our 4 cubes of ice. And then, this is the other thing. If you're using rye, you want to make sure that you're using lemon with your old fashions, because it'll bring out all of the rye flavors. If you're using a bourbon, you want to make sure that you're using an orange, because it will really help play, especially if you're using those oils, it'll really play well with the caramel, the vanilla that you get from good bourbon. So we're just going to do a manicured orange peel there. Again, you know how manicuring is. You just want to make something look good. So I'm going to express my orange. Give it a little twist around the sides, and then we can put it right in the glass. And there you have it, our proof old fashioned. Deion again, thank you for joining us. Cheers. Deion Bassett, proof 192 here, and today we're going to be making the cucumber Southside. It is composed of 3 ingredients: fresh squeezed lemon juice, Saint Germain elderflower liqueur, and English cucumber macerated wheatley vodka. So we're going to start out with our lemon juice, and we're going to do a 1/2 ounce of lemon juice for this cocktail.
Yeah, and then they go out there. It's funny, we had a hard time at first because I don't think they realized what they could get.
Next, we're going to use our Saint Germain elderflower liqueur.
They didn't realize $1,000.
And with this, we're going to add an ounce.
Another 1,000 square feet.
Add an ounce. And we're going to finish it off with the rock star of the show, our Wheatley macerated English cucumber vodka. And we're going to do 2 ounces of this. Yeah. All that's left to do is shake our cocktail and double strain. We're going to shake this with ice so it gets a little bit of dilution. I like to shake for about 10 seconds. I am. And we're going to double strain this with a fine mesh strainer and a hawthorn strainer. And it's going to come out this very pretty green color. Ladies and gentlemen, that is my cucumber Southside. If you have a small mouthfeel issue, like, it may be a little bit too viscous for you or a little bit too lemony, you can add a small amount of soda to freshen it up and add bubbles. I do this all the time with my cucumber Southside at home. Thank you, and thank you, Ronald McDonald House, for inviting me to present at your gala again. I'll see you guys next year.